I was born in one of these ancient caves inside Petra. They spent all my childhood like shepherd goats around, and that's why I just get the idea to work as a trekking guide when I grow up. I'm working as a guide, official guide, since 2007. So now we are doing Dana to Petra. It's a 5 days hike. The idea of the hiking is like it's the best way to see the country. Some of the people just come to Petra they think that's Petra, it's the treasury, just the treasury, just like one facade. But when they do it like this way, like entering Petra from the doorway, they understand the history of the area before even they arrive there. So yeah, I mean, Dana to Petra, we actually, usually the first night, we like to stay in one of the best lodge in Jordan. It's actually one of the best 15 lodges in the world. That's called Feynan. And that's how we support the Bedouins who live around that area. Then the 2 second nights we stay like in wilderness camp. That's all running by local people.
I thought the meals each night, just the care that went into preparing the local food, and it's food that I love anyway. They just outdid themselves with the variety of food they offered us, and here we were in this camp in the middle of nowhere, and yet we had this lavish, wonderful dinner.
Since I worked with Experience Jordan, we start hiring many local people. Like wherever I go, even to the north or to the south, always I have a local guide with me that show me in the tours. This is the idea from the whole thing. It's to interact with the locals. Like usually you go to hotels and you have like a touristic, deal.
One of the things that's really challenging about the Jordan Trail is that there is almost no signage at all. So without a guide, it would be very difficult to do this particular trail. I absolutely trusted him the entire way because he's from Petra and he knows the region inside and out. Also just what actually is important to this region and why it's historically significant.
As we will see now, we will see many caves that's carved on both sides of this canyon. Some of these caves were used just like dining room. We are going to visit one of them. And also there is many water cisterns. I mean, you can see behind you, this is like a waterfall. So in winter time, it's usually, there is like a water cascade this way. They collect the whole rainfall that's coming on the top of this mountain all the way down to the cisterns on both sides.
I think for me, one of the main points of traveling anywhere is to really experience what life is like for the people who live there. Yesterday we were walking down this narrow canyon area, and all of a sudden there was a herd of about 150 goats. It was just absolutely magical to suddenly be surrounded by goats and to see these two women who were herding the goats, Bedouin women, and just to have that happen spontaneously. So that's not something that you can plan. I absolutely think that having done the trail, I will appreciate Petra much, much more because I've come through the landscape that leads to it and I worked hard to get there. So I feel really good right now that I did the trail and it's really been a phenomenal experience.